Oh, I went to all kinds of demonstrations, and I participated in all kinds of left movements, social protest movements, and I demonstrated on behalf of Soviet Jews. And then when I graduated college, and I had a master's degree too, and I couldn't find a job, I went to work as a volunteer for social justice with Sister Gabriel in Chicago. And while I was demonstrating for the Black Panthers, a guy came up to me and said, "Are you Jewish?" And he said it in Yiddish, which I understood, that much I understood. He said, "What are you doing out here demonstrating for the Black Panthers? Do you know that there's Soviet Jews in this country who are like famous doctors and physicists who are driving taxis and are impoverished? You should help them." So I did. I started working for Jewish Family Service in 1977, 78 in Chicago, and I was a resettlement counselor. And first they didn't want to hire me, and I called them like 3 times. "No, you have no training." No. And then they called me. "We need you." I said, "But I have no training." "We'll train you." And so there were 4 of us. We were called the Russians, and we each had around 100 families. So this was 1978. This was a peak wave of immigration. I knew nothing. The textbook Russian that I knew called a pen a plume. People came in with like mental illnesses, pregnancies, huge family problems. Everyone was an engineer, but no one really had any transferable skills. So it was real resettlement, old-fashioned social work. You get people a house, an apartment, you get their kids in school, you get them to the doctor, you get them on welfare, SSI. And I did that for a year. So that was wild and wacky. There was a lot of misery. And out of the 90 families, I'd say there was like 1 or 2 that could master the transition and wanted to enjoy themselves. And this was a couple that said, "Do we have your permission to just like travel for a while?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a free country. Go, travel, do what you want." And that was like the only family that said, "Aha, we're here. We don't have to fight the bureaucracy. We don't have to fight." They didn't have children and they didn't have elderly. Usually a family had a young child and an elderly parent. So the parents were caught in the middle of trying to make mom happy, and the child would end up being the translator. It was very, very, very hard. It was big growing up for me. I was very young, and I had no idea what was going on and what these people's lives were like.